This is NightlyHaven. I'm your host, Nikki, and if you enjoy mysterious, strange, and sometimes downright creepy stories, then you found your people. So make sure you like, subscribe, and share because tonight's story takes us deep into a place where people have walked into the forest and simply never walked out. Deep in the mountains of Vermont, there is a stretch of wilderness that locals have whispered about for generations. A place where hikers vanish, hunters disappear, children wander off and are never seen again. And sometimes the forest goes completely silent. No birds, no insects, no wind. Just the feeling that something is watching. This place is known as the Bennington Triangle, and tonight we're going to explore one of the strangest and most unsettling mysteries in America. When most people hear about mysterious triangles, their mind goes straight to the infamous Bermuda Triangle. Ships disappearing, planes vanishing from radar, compasses spinning wildly. But hidden deep in the forests of Vermont is a land-based mystery that may just be as strange. The term Bennington Triangle was coined by folklorist Joseph A. Citro. The triangle roughly spans several towns: Bennington, Woodford, Shaftesbury, and Somerset. At the heart of the triangle rises a remote, rugged mountain, Glastenbury Mountain. Beautiful, and according to many who have ventured there, deeply unsettling. But what truly earned the place its reputation wasn't the landscape, it was the disappearances. Our story begins in 1945. A 74-year-old hunting guide named Middie Rivers was leading 4 hunters through the wilderness of Glastenbury Mountain. Rivers was the kind of man who could navigate these woods blindfolded. He had guided hunters there for decades. If anyone understood these mountains, it was him. During the hunt, Rivers walked slightly ahead of the group along the trail. The hunters followed behind at a casual pace. But when they reached the next clearing, Rivers was gone. Not hiding, not lost, gone. Search teams combed the forest for days. Hundreds of volunteers joined the effort. They found only one clue: a single rifle cartridge. No footprints, no torn clothing, no signs of a struggle. A man who knew these mountains better than anyone had simply vanished. Just 1 year later, the Bennington Triangle claimed another victim. In 1946, 18-year-old college student Paula Welden left her dorm at Bennington College for a short hike. She headed towards the famous Long Trail. Witnesses saw her walking along the trail in a bright red jacket. Now, if you ever hiked in snowy woods, you know something about bright red jackets. They're impossible to miss. Multiple hikers saw Paula walking ahead of them. One couple watched her turn a bend into the trail. Seconds later, they reached the same corner. She was gone. Search crews launched the largest search in Vermont's history at the time. The Federal Bureau of Investigation even became involved, but Paula Welden was never found. To this day, her disappearance remains one of the most famous missing person cases in Vermont. In 1950, the mystery took an even darker turn. 8-year-old Paul Jepson was playing near his family farm outside Bennington. His mother briefly left him while she checked on livestock. When she returned, he was gone. Search dogs tracked his scent. And where did it lead? Straight towards Glastenbury Mountain. Then suddenly, the scent stopped, as if the boy had simply vanished into thin air. Some locals later claimed the boy had talked about a strange place in the mountains, a place where the mountains swallow people, which is a chilling thing for a child to say. Later that same year, another disappearance took the region. A woman named Frieda Langer went hiking near Somerset Reservoir. During the hike, she slipped into a stream. Cold and soaked, she told her cousin she would walk back to the camp and change her clothes. It was less than half a mile away. She never made it. Search crews combed the area extensively. Helicopters, search dogs, hundreds of volunteers, nothing. 6 months later, something deeply unsettling happened. Her body was discovered in an area that had already been searched multiple times. Investigators could never determine the cause of death. There's another mystery tied to this region, the town of Glastenbury. In the late 1800s, it was a logging community. Workers lived there, families lived there, but slowly people began leaving. Some blamed failing industry, others whispered something else. Loggers reported strange sounds in the forest. Some claimed they saw strange figures watching them from the trees. Others said the woods sometimes fell into an unnatural silence. Eventually, the town was abandoned. Today, Glastenbury is considered a ghost town, which feels oddly appropriate. The Bennington Triangle isn't just known for disappearances, it's also a hotspot for unexplained lights. In the 1960s and 70s, numerous residents reported strange glowing orbs floating above Glastenbury Mountain. Some moved silently, others zigzagged through the sky. Pilots over the region occasionally reported lights that appeared to follow aircraft before suddenly darting away. Whether these sightings were natural phenomena, experimental aircraft, or something else entirely, no one knows. But they added another layer of mystery to an already strange place. And then there are the stories about something walking in the woods, something big. Hunters in the area have reported hearing heavy footsteps moving through the forest just beyond the tree line. Others claim they hear strange howls echoing through the mountains. Large footprints have occasionally been reported in the snow. Some cryptozoologists believe the region could be home to a population of Bigfoot. If something like that truly exists in the wilderness, it would explain the strange noises, the feeling of being watched, and maybe even the disappearances. Of course, there's no confirmed proof, but the stories continue. Long before European settlers arrived, Native American tribes lived throughout the region, and according to some historians, certain tribes avoided Glastenbury Mountain altogether. Some legends describe the mountain as cursed land. Others claimed it was a place where spirits crossed between worlds. In some stories, the mountain was said to be inhabited by supernatural beings that could lure travelers into the forest. Whether these stories were spiritual warnings or simply folklore passed through generations, they add another eerie layer to the mystery. One of the strangest experiences reported by hikers in the Bennington Triangle is something known as the Oz effect. It's when the forest suddenly becomes unnaturally quiet. No birds, no wind, no insects, just silence. Then comes the overwhelming feeling that something is nearby, watching. Many people who have experienced this say the moment is so unsettling that they immediately leave the area. Others say they froze in fear, and a few claim they hear footsteps moving just beyond the tree. The Bennington Triangle has inspired countless theories. Some investigators believe the disappearances were simply tragic accidents in dangerous wilderness. Others suspect an unknown predator or even a serial killer. Then there are the more unusual theories. Interdimensional portals, UFO activity, cryptid creatures, or something in the landscape itself that interferes with human navigation. Whatever the truth may be, the mystery remains unsolved. Today, hikers still walk the trails near Glastenbury Mountain. Most return home with nothing more than photos and stories, but the disappearances that happen here remain unexplained. 5 people vanished, almost no evidence, no answers, and a mountain that locals still speak about in hushed tones. Maybe it's just coincidence, maybe it's just wilderness, or maybe some places on this planet still hold secrets we don't understand. And if you ever find yourself hiking in the forests of Vermont and the woods suddenly fall silent, you might want to turn around, because the Bennington Triangle, people sometimes enter the forest and never come back. Have a great day, guys. Bye.